morning, everyone, and welcome to this very cold, wet winter's day here in my part of the world. Rain, rain, rain for the last several days. But anyway, I usually this is the third week of the month. We have my beautiful friend, pharmacist Ben, but he's being a very good son and over taking care of his mum this week on the East Coast. Now, I know he does this a few times a year, so I was not surprised when he sent me a message the other night and said, "Oh, Bronie, this is my week. I'm over with my mum." So I am so blessed that I have so many wonderful friends, particularly my guest today, who is always willing to step up, and I'm always so excited to be able to have her and get a few extra ones in when she helps me fill those gaps where people have other commitments and can't stick to the schedule for various reasons. And that, of course, is my gorgeous friend, Dr. Lisa Singletary, who's also on the East Coast. So it's late at night on Monday night for her, whereas it's Tuesday morning here in my part of the world. Now, I told her she could choose her own topic, and I have absolutely no idea what she's talking to us about today. So with no further ado, Dr. Lisa, I'm handing it over to you.
Bronie, thank you for welcoming me back to Bronie's World. And I'm so happy to be here. I'm so honored to be here. And I definitely can't fill Pharmacist Ben's shoes, but I hope I'm bringing some value. I'm actually bringing a topic that I'm talking to myself. So you guys are just eavesdropping on this training that I need to apply even better in my life. So did you give me the co-host power?
Oh, did I? Probably not yet. Let me see. You have it.
I brought some slides.
You have the co-host power now.
Yes. All right. So let's see. Oh, they changed the buttons.
I know, doesn't it drive you crazy when they do that and you think, whoa.
There it is. Because I just want to get it full screen for you. Ta-da. Okay.
There, that looks better.
So we're talking about time management, and really the technique of time
blocking. Right, I've got a lot of cleaning to do. Anyone's gone?
So, and there you go. Everyone is pressed for time, right? Much more. I can remember how long summer used to be, and how much I could get done in a day, and now I have to focus so much. But I make a lot of the mistakes that the professional time managers make. And I was in a training yesterday. What day is it? This morning. I was in a training this morning. See how fast time is going? I thought it's been a whole day. About time blocking. And this is a gentleman that did the training, Robert Blakely, and he has a YouTube channel. You can scan the QR code to get there, or just go to YouTube and look for. But there are a lot of Robert Blakeleys. But if you put in Robert Blakely, the Blakester, which is his nickname, then you can find it. And I think the whole list is under his live videos. But I took his training this morning, and before the training even ended, I had put it into Notebook LM and made it my own PowerPoint for my own training. So this is, like I said, it's near and dear to my heart, but it's also a Oh, I am a work in progress when it comes to time management in general and time blocking in particular. So I used to think a to-do list was like the greatest thing, right? Just, have your checklist. I have a friend who runs a laser company, and his method was he had those yellow notepads, the legal pads. And every single day, he made a legal pad with his to-do list, and he checked off the day, his tasks during the day. And if he had to carry him over, he carried him over. But that was his, and he was a genius. He was a master at it. But he was very disciplined with it. I was not so disciplined, but I did develop a complete love of to-do lists. But now the major teachings are forget about to-do lists. If you have not put a time slot, so it's not even a deadline. So I used to be the deadline queen and the to-do list queen, but I was not a time blocking queen. So whatever task you have, if it doesn't have a time slot, it doesn't get done. There's a part of my brain that wants to fight back against that a little bit, but I find the more that I do use not just a to-do list, but actually putting the task on my calendar, the more I do actually get done. So most entrepreneurs don't have a productivity problem. They have a protection problem. You have to protect your time. You don't find time. People say, oh, well, when I find the time, I'll do it. You assign time. What gets scheduled gets done. So, what are 4 time-stealing issues in your life? The 4 thieves stealing most of your valuable hours. And I'm telling you, I can relate to every single one. So, number 1, reacting all day. You live in your inbox, and every time a notification comes, someone else is setting your priorities. Number 2, no boundaries. Working from home, and this was a big transition, particularly during COVID, when we changed from going into offices to working at home. And if the door was open, anything could come in and affect our time, our productivity, our focus. So having an open door invites interruptions. That never happens to you, Bronie, right?
Right, sure.
And the day leaks away. Task switching. So this is for those of us who pretend that we are multitasking, right? Because technically, there's no such thing. You can switch, jumping from one task to another. And, sometimes you just have to do that. There are multiple things vying for your attention at any one time. But if you time block certain things, then things, for instance, that are similar, that require similar resources or similar energy, similar focus, then that helps you to not have so much energy expended between the different types of tasks, because you have to, it takes time to get into a different headspace. And then busy work, right? There's work that we do that's good, but it's really not the priority that we need to make for our day. So reorganizing files, doing that, doing things that are easy or fun or quick. For me, most of those things uh, revolve around making images, right? That I never use, but it's like, okay, I made this great image. And then it's in my folder. So that's not the best use of my time all the time. Because there is uncomfortable work that will actually make you money. And these time thieves are stealing those precious moments. So one strategy is to block the money hours first, and then everything else fits around them. So what are your income producing activities? Prospecting and outreach, follow-up calls, presentations and closes, like getting that credit card, getting that payment, asking for referrals, training your team. What are the administrative things? Emails and messages, admin and paperwork, reorganizing and planning, social media scrolling. So all of those are important, except maybe the social media scrolling one, but that is a time stealer. So block your income producing hours first and do it at the sharpest time of your day. Everything else gets the leftovers. And there's a theory called the big rocks theory. And if you scan this QR code, that takes you to an Instagram video. They call them reels, right? An Instagram reel about big rocks first. And the question is, what are you going to do first? If it matters, we need to put it on the time. We need to give it a time slot, not just a spot on the list that we can fill in later. So how do you do it? You book your income producing blocks first, and you put them when you're the sharpest, and then add your family and personal time next, and then let the fill-ins be all the other things that may be important, but they might not be priorities. So in the video, you may have heard of the big rocks theory. If you put the big rocks in first, then you can fill in the spaces with smaller rocks or sand or water. But if you start with sand or the smaller rocks, you'll never get all of the big rocks in. So you want to get the important, the difficult, the game-changing tasks blocked first. And technique number two is theme it, and technique number three is batch it. So theming, a theme, you can make you can assign different themes to different days. There it is. All right. And so you give each day a job. Theme days end the daily debate about, okay, what do I need to do today? It's already decided. For instance, Monday could be planning and your team day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, prospecting. Friday, follow-up and admin. And then Saturday and Sunday is your family time, or, the family works around those times. And some people, what's his name? Fraser Brooks, in his scheduling, he leaves Friday open. So Friday is the day he uses to sweep up the rest of the week and just get those extra. So that would be admin too, but get the things that weren't done Monday through Thursday, and Fridays is cleanup day.
Mm-hmm.
And batch like tasks, we talked about that a little bit. You want to group the tasks together so all of your follow-ups are in one block, or you're going to focus on emails at this particular time, or the time to make your images and hang out with ChatGPT and refine your strategies and whatnot. There's a time for that. And when you don't batch like tasks, you pay a switching tax, because every switch between task types costs you focus and energy. And then technique number 4, protect the block. A block that you break isn't a block, it's a suggestion. So make it real, make it firm. So number 1, treat it like a client. You wouldn't cancel on a paying client to answer a text. So give your own time blocks the same respect. Number 2, kill the interruptions. Keep your phone face down, notifications off, door closed. Tell your people when you're unavailable. And point number 3, build in buffers. So have a gap between your blocks. And the gaps, even you can have blocks of a couple of hours where your gaps are only a few minutes, right? If you're doing, another training that Robert taught was the 12-minute meeting, or the 12-minute call. And I used it. It changed everything to really block out minute by minute what should happen during a call. So maybe we can talk about that later. Or if you go to his YouTube channel, you can find where he actually trains the 12-minute call. Yeah, I don't remember which number it was, but he did it earlier this year. Okay, so you want to build in a buffer. So if you're doing, let's say, a 2-hour segment of 12-minute calls or something like that, so you've got your appointments every 15 minutes, so you only have like 3 minutes between calls. You could do that for a couple hours, but then you might want to block a half an hour to decompress, pay attention to what's going on outside your door, take those all important breaks, bio breaks. But so you can focus. It doesn't mean you have to have 15 minutes after every call, right? But we do want to have some buffers between, maybe not between individual appointments, but between blocks of time. So defend it like your income depends on it, because it does. And this was actually last week's training, I think, that your CRM, your contact, oh my goodness, what is CRM? Contact, I can't remember what CRM is, but how you bring your contacts through your pipeline. Meaning, okay, I'm prospecting, making relationships. I need to follow up to build the relationships. I need to bring them into my funnel. I need to keep track of, what did I say to them? What did I tell them last time? What did I promise I would send them? And you need to know where everyone is in your pipeline. And a CRM helps you to keep track. And if a good CRM will actually prompt you to have a list of the calls you need to make that day to follow up. So you built the fortress, that's your calendar blocked. You protected the time, but now what do you say inside those blocks? So we've got a few little scripts that, life is really not a script, but it'll get you into the mind of things that you can say and words that you can prioritize for the different blocks. And Robert's wisdom for this is motivation fades. Motivation fades. A blocked calendar removes the decision. You just look at the calendar and send the exact text or the exact email scripts. And when I say exact, tailored to you on the next, and tailored to the person you're sending it to. That's probably even more important. On the next 3 slides. So the CRM only works if you actually sit down and work it. The system needs a standing appointment. So those 3 minutes after a 12-minute call, that's when you're documenting and updating your CRM. So if we're talking about products and you've sent someone a sample, an informational video, you could send them a text, hey, name, I'm doing my follow-up block and you were on the top of my mind. Now, I would never say that. ChatGPT made this one up. I have to say, Robert didn't say that. But not ChatGPT, Notebook LM. I use Notebook LM. So some of these scripts are AI, have AI influence. So what we need to do is make them, like I said, personalized to us. So what did you love most about the sample or the video? I know your goal is whatever it is, better sleep, more energy, gut health. Is this something you're ready to test drive for 30 days? Yeah, that was ChatGPT too. Or, I'm sorry. I have to apologize to ChatGPT because I'm blaming it a lot today. So it was Notebook LM. It wasn't Chat. But I asked it to imagine scripts, right? So this is what I got. So, but the principle is we're following up. We've already given them something, right? So we're following up, and that's Robert has a whole training on follow-ups as well. That is the key, that we're following up, we get their opinions, and we can move the conversation along. We want to find out if they're ready. Now, this is not the best way, I would say, to find out if they're ready, but at some point we do have to ask the question. And one of the ways that Robert uses is on a scale of 1 to 10, or he uses the question a lot. Does that make sense? Like, does this make sense for you? And just moving the conversation along that way. But he does always assume the positive. Now, talking about a business opportunity. Hey, so-and-so, just looking over my schedule for the week. Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I would say last time we spoke, you mentioned wanting more, and it's usually one of 3 things: time, money, or health. I'm launching 2 new partners this month. If I showed you exactly how we could fit this into your current schedule, would you be open to a 15-minute chat? Now, my favorite part of this is the 15-minute chat, and actually I make it 12 minutes. But if you are creating scarcity, like saying, I'm only working with this many people this month. I only have this many slots right now. Make sure it's authentic. Don't make up the scarcity part and the urgency part. And I laugh because on YouTube, I've seen on YouTube this commercial about some kind of garlic oil, and they have said at least for the past 2 weeks, yes, this is the last day you can order this. And then the next day, and the next day, yeah, it's the last day. The sale ends at midnight or whatever. And then the next day. So I personally, that really annoys. It used to really annoy me. Now it, it doesn't annoy me so much, but I'm thinking, oh, okay, that's their model, right? They're not, but I know that they're not really being authentic about their scarcity or their urgency. Okay, so what if they're ghosting you? And this is something that was very helpful to me when, I found that I was losing contact with some of my people, even people that were customers, right? Or business partners. Hey, I say greetings, but, a lot of people say hey. Usually when I don't hear back, it means um, the time, there's a typo. Okay. It means the timing is off, or you found another solution for your blah, 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 blah. Totally fine either way. Should I cross you off my list for now or follow up next month? And different people teach, should I cross you off my list, because then that creates FOMO. No, I don't want to be off your list. FOMO is fear of missing out. But I do love the totally fine either way. And what you want to do is just get permission, right? Is it okay if I keep you in the loop and let you know what's happening in it? Or is it okay if I check in with you in a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever time frame you want to do? And whatever their response is, then you're putting them in the CRM is going to trigger a response from you in that period of time. So you don't have to remember, okay, I said 30 days or I said next month. You don't have to figure out, okay, what day will it be next month, you don't have to hold that in your mind. The CRM holds it for you. So a CRM is like an advanced Rolodex with it's like a smart Rolodex. Okay. So so the takeaway, giving them an easy out is a way, and it may be the number one way, to spark a reply. Again, because now you're making it easy for them, but you're also creating FOMO. So what does a block day actually look like? Your morning routine, very, very important. And there are different books about that, the magic morning. But I used to like wake up, pray up, dress up, show up. That was Lorene Williamson from Jackson, Mississippi. But starting your day in the right frame of mind and with some movement in there. And also, whenever your first meal is, starting that first meal with protein. Your prime hours, whenever they are, that's when you do your income producing hours. Your midday would be your follow-up block, and then everything else falls at another time. And this is the mindset shift that I am learning and am appreciating, that structure is not, or structure or boundaries are not restrictions for you. They create freedom. So match your hard work, the things you don't want to do, to your peak energy. Leave buffers. Don't start the day where someone starts demanding your attention and your response, such as answering emails. Let them over, let them wait until a little later. And then also don't let one overrun wreck your entire day. Speaking of wrecks, what are the habits that wreck a well-planned day? Again, starting in your inbox, opening the emails, and you're already jumping into someone else's problems. Wrong task, wrong energy. Doing hard follow-up calls or other hard tasks when you're drained, it's not a good situation. And you're going to leave money on the table or chase it away. Breaking your own blocks. Every time you cave, then you're telling yourself, oh, this, I'm writing it down, but I really don't mean it. Like, I may or may not get this done. So you don't want to break your blocks. You want to be protective of your blocks. And then overscheduling. You don't want to pack your schedule wall to wall with no buffers. The buffers are very, very important. So, your action plan. Look at your schedule and think about it. What are my sharpest 2 hours of the day? When am I going to have my protected block for income producing activities? And what is the exact script modified that I will test first? Own your calendar, do the work. Okay, so I have a little gift for you. This is, you might have heard of the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. This is a summary, this download. It's not even a download. You just you scan this, and I think it takes you right to the website where James Clear has made a summary of his book Atomic Habits, and it's really, really good. And if you want to get the book, you can get it from that summary page, but he really gives a lot of value and a lot of great strategies in the Atomic Habits. And I will be sharing this on YouTube Saturday night. So this is going to be the topic of my next YouTube webinar. But I do a webinar every week, and I put the premieres on YouTube on Saturday evenings. And so this is my YouTube channel. The webinar, however, is live on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern. So if you scan here, you can register right with Zoom to join the webinar live. And that is it.
Wow. There you go. And I sort of thought there's a few hints in there that I need to take good note of, especially when I'm juggling babies and a very unwell mother-in-law. So, yeah, I guess that's my hardest thing is with blocking off time is those other responsibilities. And
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there are a lot of
even as I went through that, through the training as well as training it myself, I harken back to the time when I was taking care of my parents as well. And I'm thinking, how do I really pull that off? So, there was a time when I used a few hours during the day to teach at a community college, and I loved that because I was out of the house. I was teaching anatomy and physiology. I was, inspiring a new generation of health professionals and stuff. But there came a time I just couldn't leave the house that long. So
yeah. Well, I'm in that phase at the moment.
Yeah.
But but even when you're at home, I find that blocking my time for those important calls often actually happen late at night after everyone's gone to bed, which is not good for people locally, but it's okay for those who are on the other side of the world who are waking up. And
right.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, for me, the 12-minute call was a complete game changer for me. Because
can you imagine me doing a 12-minute call? I try to keep it to 12 to 15 minutes, but
and it was almost giving myself permission to say, okay, we've only got 5 more minutes. What are we gonna focus on? Or so, but also
it's really good information because, we love helping our clients here in this, in this place, and we don't, we still, well, I struggle to actually to find that time, and we shouldn't be struggling to find that time, but we get caught up in everything and we lose it.
Well, another thing that I used to do that really cost me a lot of time was I wanted to research. I wanted to know everything about my clients before the call, right? And so I spent a lot of time looking at their orders or looking at their previous scans and stuff, which is all important to do, but you don't have to do it all for every call, for every client, right? So I really try to find, before the appointment is set, or when as part of the appointment process, to get them to tell me what their priorities are for that appointment.
Well, that's a good idea.
Focus on that. And
so does anyone have any questions? I should ask if anyone had any questions on that. Yvonne's going to make lunch for us all. One day she's going to get surprised and we'll all turn up for lunch. Do we have any questions there, Grant, Yvonne, Karen?
I used to run a diary. I washed dogs, mobile dogs. So I had a diary, and the diary worked fine. It was good. If it wasn't in my diary, it didn't get done. And I've, like what you're talking about is running a smart diary. Really, mine was just a dumb diary, but a smart diary. Yeah,
it's smart if you use it. That's the
thing. Yeah.
But being a military man, you have a different level of discipline with your time. I think.
Yeah.
Then, and some of that was imposed, but I think even if you weren't naturally good with time, with the disciplines of the military, I imagine that helped you.
Most military people, if they're on time, that we believe that we feel like we're late.
That's right.
We do,
yep.
and our wives would say that we've got very tough husbands until they work out they're late and then they turn into wusses.
You're spot on, Grant, because my husband's like that because he's military, and if you're on time, you're still late.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We're all a bit like that.
I relate to that. I can relate to that.
Yeah, and the other thing about military people was we love clean socks.
Yeah.
Clean socks?
Yeah, well, because we get dirty out there, and you get uncomfortable feet makes life unpleasant, and so just having clean socks is wonderful. Yeah.
I'd imagine it would. Yeah.
The rest of the uniform can be a mess.
Underwear.
Well, yeah, but the rest of the uniform can be a mess. But if you've got clean, comfortable feet, everything's wonderful. Really.
Well, I hope you guys all found that helpful and useful, because I know it was different to our normal.
Yeah, very different.
That's a Tuesday, and I sort of kind of wasn't expecting it, and I'm thinking, but somehow I think I needed to hear it, because I know that is my biggest issue.
I'm not very good at any of that, really.
I used to be, but I've been thrown in the deep end with a lot of things that I've had to change my priorities greatly, particularly in the last couple of months. And it shows. It does show. And I don't like letting my clients down, but I feel like I am, even though most of them are very understanding, but trying to catch their time.
To a certain extent, Bronie, you're controlled by crises, all the mini crises all around you all the time.
I am. That's true. But my clients are still important to me, and finding the time that works for them and for me, I'll freely admit, hasn't been easy of late. But and I'm thinking sometimes they're ghosting me, but then when I think about their situation, I realise they are, some of them are in similar situations, and so us finding that same time at the same time, it's a difficult part. But like one lady at the moment, so really desperately needs my help. I stay up late to help her, but that's the start of her day. Yeah, but I know the situation she's in as well. So just sort of some of those things you said, I think I would use it for some, but not for others. And I think that's the key, isn't it? Is
absolutely,
like knowing
advantage of it when you can.
Yeah, but knowing your clients well enough to know, okay, they're not ghosting me to ignore me or go away, Bronwyn. They're genuinely caught up in other things, that their time is just not the same as my time.
But also, but getting their priority, and instead of doing the research, like deep dive research, like just
get their priority first.
Get their priority first, but also you may have set, and you should have set, the priority for the next call on the previous call, right? So if there was one product that they ordered different than their usual auto ship or something like that, then I'm going to ask them about their experience with this one product. That you don't have to dig into all the details of their entire history.
No.
Just
Dr. Lisa, there's a lot of people that are absolute time wasters out there. They're like time seekers, and they just love to soak up your time, but no benefit at all, really.
I've had two conversations with people like that in the last 48 hours.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what I'm talking about, yeah.
And they were 12-minute appointments, and they just went, like, one person was talking about their situation across 3 states and probably 3 decades, and it was a little nuts, really. But I got to say, okay, I'd love to talk to you all day. That was a little white lie, but we've only got 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we're going to really accomplish this time that we're together.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just valuing your time, but their time, because, you know, helping them to realize that, you know, time's valuable.
Yeah.
But I love the, I don't feel guilty for not opening my emails every day. I actually don't like emails at all.
I know, because I've sent you emails and you've never seen them.
Well, I get so many junk emails, I can never find the ones I'm actually looking for. But I actually probably only check my emails once a week. And it's usually after these calls to get to the Zoom thing down. And I miss things. I do miss things unless I'm expecting one. But because I found exactly like what you said, they were time wasting. They were driving me nuts. And I'm going, I haven't got time to sit here doing this all day long, you know, and it just, yeah, I like getting a quick text. I mean, if you've sent me an email, Grant, and said, look, I've sent you an email to check, send me a text.
Yeah.
I've got this lady that is putting a book together that I've contributed to, that she's asked me to write a chapter. And she knows I don't check my emails every day. She will send me a text. I've just emailed you. I need you to check that before it goes to publication, or this, that, the other, and that's okay. So then I can go searching for her email.
Right.
It might take forever for me to find it if I'm trying to find it, because I get so much rubbish, and I try to unsubscribe, and I get even more. So I go, what's the point of unsubscribing?
Well, I find with some people, I just, like you said, knowing them, I know I have to send the email. I mean, I'm going to send the email, and then I'll send them the text saying, I just sent you an email, or check, you've got mail. But then I have to call them to tell them that I just texted them. You know, it's like.
Oh, well, not that bad, because like I have my phone on silent a lot, particularly when I've got sleeping babies. And so, you know, text messages I see, or I'll, you know, but yeah. I have my phone on silent at the moment because I'm talking with all of you.
Yes.
And you'd be surprised the number of people who try to call me whilst I'm on my calling, and you know, this is my time with my beautiful friends. But anyway, well listen, it was a really useful call today, and I really appreciate that, and I don't want to waste everyone else's time. And I know it was different.
It was different. It was very different.
So, Karen, come on, come on in. Let us see your face and not your picture.
Oh, it's hard because I can't get rid of that picture. Because I hop up like that. Yeah. Yeah. I can't get rid of it.
Wow, isn't that weird? Because mine disappears as soon as I turn my camera on.
Yeah. If I turn my camera off, it disappears. But no, it stays there. And then I pop up and you look funny. Yeah. But anyway, it was a good call, talk. Thank you, Dr. Lisa. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right. Well, okay, so ask it all nicely here in Bronie's world to stay safe, stay informed, be empowered, but do not live in fear, my friends. And if you're watching this for the very first time and you think, oh, that was different, it wasn't on health per se. Well, guess what? Our time management actually has a lot to do with our health. It's all part of the holistic health wheel, because if we don't time manage our time, people can steal our time and steal our health without even realizing it. Some people do realize it, and that really is important, because like I said, if you've been listening, my time is very precious and very limited for myself at the moment because of other obligations that I'm happy to, well, I wouldn't have it any other way. My mother-in-law is very dear and very precious to me, and my time with her is important to me, but so are all my clients. And, I appreciate that we need to consider that for our own health's sake, how we manage our time. So when you do that, then, my friends, you too will be powerful, beautiful, brilliant, and most definitely very brave. God bless you all, and I'll catch you again tomorrow here in Bronie's World. And thank you again to my most beautiful, dear friend, Dr. Lisa Singletary, for coming and filling in for us today with Pharmacist Ben being away. So next week we'll have Richard Renton back again. And I've got a surprise for you all. In October, in our second week, we are going to have the wonderful Stan Dennison has promised to come and join us. So we've got some great guests coming up in the next couple of months. All right. God bless you all. Bye now.
Bye.